city stand.
And I want to bring one good news.
Okay.
This morning, I mean, the coast is getting clearer. The Pandef,
Okay.
they are awake now. The Afenifere, they are awake. The Ohanize, they are awake. And what is the agenda? The agenda is, Mr. President, we cannot continue the way we have. The Nigerian entity is not one. Let's go regionalism. Let's go into regionalism and try it and see whether it will work. Because it has been years of political gimmicks. It has been years of political maneuver. Then how do we do? Where do we go? And this same message has been, sending them that about Ayoku, but Ayoku, the solution to Nigerian problem, we have to apply it. Because the madness we've been running around on can work, except you want to deceive yourself. The tongue is not one. The region is not one. The South may know themselves. The South may be able to, organize themselves to be one. But how about the threats that always come from the other side? How will you place that? How will you place that? So it has been that any governance that comes to power, either you are from the South, North, Central, Northeast, once you are not on their page, you cannot work. You cannot achieve what you want to do. So how long are we going to be doing all this? How long are we going to be engaging ourselves in a political structure that is not moving us forward, that is keeping us stagnant? Me, I'm tired of all this Boko Haram, all this. I'm tired. Let's build a nation that every one of us can be happy that we belong to a section of that nation. Is it happening?
You are tired of the Bola Tinubu administration. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm telling you.
Okay.
The federalism system or the electoral system that we are practicing, it's not helping.
But it seems I don't know, but according to some persons, it seems that things are getting worse under Tinubu's watch.
It has to get worse because they planned that thing to get worse for him. I keep saying one thing and I'll keep still saying it.
They plan it to get.
They plan it to get
worse.
Worst.
Yes, definitely.
Worst.
He wasn't prepared as a claim. He said he was prepared for it.
Let me tell you.
So he should be able to face any challenge.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
It's like Nigeria is a large coast to satisfy. We can't satisfy everybody all over Nigeria as it is. And I want to say something.
Is it Nigeria too big to control? Is that what you're threatening us?
It's not about too big. It's the maneuvering, is the evil agenda a lot of people come on the table with. How can a region will be telling you they have that superiority of governance over others? How can I think we South, we should open our thinking cap. I mean, we should think. Think outside the box. Once it has degenerated to that level, that means you'll be under control, you'll be slave inside your country. For people to be dictating the direction you have to go through, for people to be dictating the next president they want to put on the throne, not what you want to put.
But once a president in the country, the late Musa Yar'Adua, so he's from the north.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you saw the way he ruled the country. You saw things. You saw things moving.
Yeah, you're right.
At that time.
You're right.
Now a southern president.
Was not? Sorry to cut in, so that I won't forget what.
Okay.
Were they happy that Obasanjo brought Yar'Adua? That he brought a sick president that he knows that he's going to die, he's going to give up easily for the Satan. You see the mathematical.
I'm talking about development in the country.
Yeah,
as of that time,
yes.
when Musa Yar'Adua was ruling,
yes,
things were not hard this way.
Yes.
You know that.
Things were not hard, but the problem of this insecurity were still there. And that was under Yar'Adua was when the Pandef and the South southern states of Nigeria. And I'm talking of the what's it called, the Benin, that was when the agitation was really going on there.
But with the look of things, it seems the president is not competent. With the way he's handling the economy of the country, that's what people are saying. Don't you think there should be room for a northern president to take over in the 2027 election?
Another president, to continue from where? To continue for where the policy starts, said, and they will rubbish the policy.
What policy has a right on ground? Nigerians are not seeing it.
Nigerians are not seeing it, and that is why we say the World Bank they align with, the IMF they align with. They told us that it will take time for us to be able to recoup back, to get ourselves back. And I'm telling you, my brother, enough of this headache. There's no Panadol that can cure Nigerian states as it is. Don't let us be fooling ourselves on political jingles or all this.
Did Burkina Faso president consult the World Bank and IMF before things started working in Burkina Faso?
But can it be easy for us to have a military junta that will come into power? Likewise, that guy is a military junta, and he used that. We had that under Oka, but it was fouled under Oka. Right? Oka will have set that, because everybody, one of us was a bit mature then. I was mature more then when that Oka could happen. So if that Oka has been succeeded, it would have been a new narrative for Nigeria. But they did not allow it. The Jangula, Draculas, they don't want to even release the freedom of Nigeria. And I'm telling you, either you conduct election for years, or the cabal that will still tell you we are in charge of Nigeria, they will still not allow you to get what you want to get done. Look at Jonathan's example. Let's look at Jonathan. He went on, let us educate this Amajiri. He built schools for them. He built schools. You see, the only thing is when you have an ingrate, you cannot satisfy an ingrate. That day, just know that you need to disconnect, or you need to be very careful of the next person around you.
All right, down to the comment section. Let's see what Sonny Imonike is saying here. Tinubu never prepared when he could not answer. Tinubu never prepared. He could not answer any question at Chatham House. Yeah. All right, on to the next one. Tunde Okafor is saying Mr. Kunle changes like a chameleon. Why are you changing like a chameleon?
I read events every day. I follow events every day. It's only a madman that will just be stagnant somewhere. At least when you see events that are coming up, you have to change the narrative. So when you say I should stick to one liability that is called Nigeria is a liability.
At some point, the president told Nigerians not to pity him. You remember that?
Definitely.
Don't pity him. He applied for the job.
I don't pity him. That's why at times I called him out about the hunger in the land.
On that same subject, on that same matter, Natalia Abula has spoken here. Kunle Tinubu said he applied for the same job. He announced subsidy removal. Let him also tackle poverty and hunger.
That's what I'm
Is he tackling it?
That is why I'm telling him.
You're calling him out.
And I'm calling out all these people. We are proud to the time we came on the head.
Which people?
These are the people, the market women, the greed. You see, average Nigerians, I keep saying this. Once we remove greed in our blood system, average Nigerians has a greed.
Are they the ones skyrocketing the prices of goods and commodities?
Sorry, you good that you are hitting. Are you importing the? And that is why, yesterday I said the infrastructure.
How do they convey?
That's what I'm saying now.
How do they convey it from the eastern region or from
that's what I'm saying.
One state to another?
The road has to be maintained upright, and you have to bring the infrastructure. When you bring infrastructure, the whole team, and that was why I snowballed into the power. I snowballed into the productivities. What are the productivities you have to bring on the table? You have abundant materials that can make Nigerian the giants of Africa, that can remake Nigeria. I say we remake because we are no more a giant of Africa. We are like ants of Africa as it is now. So what can bring us back to where we belong? You have a Jaokota steel mill. I keep saying that. What effort have they made? You know, a lot of byproducts that will come out from Bajakuta still me.
All right, Damian Osas, Tinubu is not a threat. He is currently in power and currently has ruined the nation. He has ruined the nation. Nigeria is at its worst since existence. If only like he should support Tinubu, Nigeria is kind of collapsing. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, if he likes, he should start supporting the system we are practicing in Nigeria today. That has not taken us anywhere. And I told you, the best of the leaders we are having today, that makes me happy. They are the Pandef, they are the Afenifere, they are the Ohanize. They have come, they have realized that we are being shortchanged. They need their voice to be louder too. And once you don't get that done, and you jump into politics, somebody is there, you will get headache, you go get headache tired, because Nigerians have been structured not to be workable, country, because as it is, there was favorism. While you are aware that a state in the northern states was carrying born to rule as the what's it called, official plate number. You know, so is that a state you want to belong to? Then when somebody is telling you they are born to rule and you don't have entitlement to get to that seat, and once you get to that seat, they will bring you down. Do you know what they did to Obasanjo? Obasanjo was able to manage them. I think our people, the more they look, the less they see, and I think we have to deviate from what we want now. Is what the generation to come will be able to, praise us on.
All right, thank you so much. Let me quickly go to Mr. Vincent. Why is the South afraid of the North when it comes to politics? Why?
Mr. Mike, I'm not saying that. I would like to correct that notion.
Okay.
The South is not afraid of the North. If they are afraid, there will not be any working relationship between them. He succinctly put, I would rather say that why do they dread the North in a political, words, when we put our words, we will talk about semantics here. And I want to believe that whatever is happening in Nigeria politics as a country, everything is skewed towards the northern advantage, because the colonialists, before they left Nigeria, they were using indirect rule, so much so in very pronounced stance in that part of the region. And when they were leaving, they lived them as a stew, so that they will continue to pillage, to continue to siphon our God-given commonwealth. And aside that, when you look at everything here, the way our laws, there is no equity. Equity is there because wherever justice must reign, there must be equity. There are no equity in the system. Arising right from the Constitution, I don't know where you and I sat down and say where you and I have agreed to uphold the Constitution that is being forced on us by the military junta. And there's nothing democratic with whatever we are practicing now. That is where we have come to find ourselves in this quagmire as we have it as a country. Now, come back to your question. The Southern, they have never been afraid of the North. Even the Northern people, they cannot do it alone. We need one another to do to form government and run it. Even the North cannot say boldly that they can come out and win an election like that without having the other parts of the country coming into the fold. It has always been like that. But one thing I want to say is that what our colonialists did is still rearing his head as of now. And that is why our situation is a peculiar case. Everything about Nigeria is intertwined. If you say Igbo should go, Yoruba should go, the Hausa should go, then when you check the trajectory of where we are coming from and where we are today, you will see that where do you put intermarriages, intercultural exchanges? Where do you put this kind of communal movement, moving from one point to the other? Then you continue to wonder. Ours is our case as a Nigeria is like the Tower of Babel in the Bible, where you have all manners of languages and still there is no understanding. That is why you see that we are having this current problem that we have now. Aside that, Mr. Mike, uh, with what is happening now, you will see that we are trying, we are struggling. I have canvassed it on this platform. Notably that the ground norm that is being foisted on us, I mean, that is the constitution, is not people oriented. It was just a selected team by some military elite on the collective sensibility of Nigerians, which is very insulting. Because until when we sit down, we've had in the past all the confabs that we've had in the past. What has because have they been able to come out with a resolution that this is how we should live and how we should live? Have we discussed it? Though we discussed it in that confab, what was the step taken so far by successive regime in seeing that we actualize the kind of egalitarian society which we dream of, which we aspire? That is where we are having this problem as of today.
Okay, that is why we are having this problem as of today.
Yeah.
There are reports coming from different angles that, though it's not the first time we'll be hearing that Tinubu is like a threat to the north. Are you in line with this kind of reports?
You see, I said it earlier in my intro. I said Tinubu might be, words is about semanticism. It might be a threat in curtailing their dominance on the race of governance. But when you look at most of the things that he is doing now, it's like he is also trying to toe the line of some of those called the northern elite by putting some people of the southern extraction in some strategic places too. Because when you look at it, you say everything is lopsided. Because there's no nationalism favor in the Nigerian project. Everybody does what he or she feels like. That is why we are all laughing with the way things are unfolding day in, day out in Nigeria as a nation. We cannot continue like this. We don't succeed like this. A nation is not being run the way it is being run now. Everything is lopsided, it's upside down. And if the northern people see Tinubu as a threat, he's trying to curtail them of their excesses. That aside, I'm not making brief for him. Even though
has he been able to do it?
In terms of appointment, he has been trying to curtail their excesses. Because why would you put somebody who is not knowledgeable about a particular position in power, or because that person is your political acolyte or friends? And when you see, I keep on saying that, I will continue to mention it. The government that I know that have brought technocrats into play in Nigerian politics has been the Obasanjo-led government. And you can see the result that we have today. You see people like the likes of Adesina, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. You see, these are notable people. They are holding sway in all these notable organizations worldwide. And you continue to wonder, why can't other government that took after Obasanjo do same? Because when you use party government, they say where you rear monkeys, be sure that you have a lot of bananas. And that is what we have in Nigeria today. Because there are a lot of bananas. Nigeria now is not a jungle for bananas. I dey laugh.
But is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu lopsided in his appointment?
Yes, it's lopsided to some extent because there's no way, even though I might give him some kudos in some things, because there are some people that he brought on board too. That are okay when it comes to academic credentials and expertise. But when you look at the whole thing, the organogram called Nigeria, you will see that things are not being done constructively the way it should. Because I believe that there are some processes that needed to be looked into before an appointment is made.
All right, on to the next one, the comment section. Let us see what our viewers are saying. Kate Perry. All right, Nigeria politicians don't care. Nigerian politicians don't care. People are suffering now in Nigeria. They are talking about 2027, which many of them will not see. All right, Ben Jack is on the other side.
Let me correct that notion.
Okay.
If you say which many of them will not see, because nobody, can arrogate the power of clairvoyance to himself. You and I knows that our coming year is by his grace. Because nobody knows what tomorrow portends. If you now say that, I think that one is a bit very harsh,
okay,
because you are not God. Nobody should play God.
All right, on to the next one. Andrew Ogunjimi, David Okafo. You can't be a good leader yourself. You will be silencing opposition. Then Jack opinions should be respected. Oh, I'm just saying this. All right, Atiku is the worst to come into power. Damian Osas is the worst to come into power now, which means we shouldn't even think of Atiku. That's what
you see. One thing is that when they say on your mark in athletics, it is only the people that come to the field that will run the race. It's not somebody that will be inside the classroom. When you are done in athletics, you have to don a shirt. Among the one that we have now, we still have to choose the one who is better, because all animals are equal, but one is equal than the other. That is what we were made to know and read in Animal Farm. I believe by George Orwell. I believe that whenever we are talking about who is better, who is it, we have not tested it. Even though we have some track records of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, we knew when he was in power where allegations of corruptions were levied against him. And up to this present moment, there have not been any proven, those allegations have not been proven beyond reasonable doubt as to allege him that he really committed what he is being alleged of. Okay. And as it stands today, he still remains innocent, and he can run as a person. That is his inalienable right as a human being and as a bona fide citizen of Nigeria. All right. That is my take.
All right, although that you might say something, but only before the presidential election, you were boasting with the same corrupt structure. Why are you tired of the structure now?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for bringing that on the table. My own agenda is right from onset. As I wake up early in the morning, I look at the country I belong to. I'm not always so happy. And I know it's the politician, by the politician, that would destroy the element, the state called Nigeria by their own hands. And I want that to happen so that everybody can have a fresh breeze, a fresh breath. And I'm saying this, as we are now, we cannot continue like this. How long will we start this madness that has not taken us to anywhere? And when you say government go, government come, what are those government going? What are they? One coming? What have they done? They are talking of the technocrat that came under the, what's it called, Jonathan then and Obasanjo then. Didn't they rubbish their agenda? Didn't they rubbish their master plan? At least there was a man in Southeast that owns a power plant. He showed them that power plant, to get a power plant, is not a rocket science. And he did that. And Adesina was coming from Abuja airport down to Lagos. What happened was there was a blackout. And he called that man out. How come there's no lightings that he said they vandalize all this? So is it a country that the more you do, the more they destroy your agenda that you want to steal? That is why I say the elders, the word of an elders, and I've been saying it, is the word of wisdom. But Ayoku has said the way you people are going, I've seen it all in the Commonwealth space, and I know how we settle crisis. Let everybody go regionalism, regional, right, space, so that we will know the lazy one, we will know the, what's it called, the content, the creators of insecurity, and the content insecurity people, we will know them. Okay, if you want to destroy, keep destroying, but we have a way to go. But now that rope will not allow anybody until we come together. And why did Jonathan set up the comfort? He was going towards that route, but they did not allow him to implement. He himself is not bold enough to implement that comfort about.
All right, let me quickly read out people's take on you this morning, Mr. Vincent. Yeah, I have somebody saying a very intelligent man full of wisdom. That's you. Very intelligent man.
Thank you very
full
much,
of wisdom. That's from Abdul Ghani. You also have William of Kameme, United Kingdom, saying that Mr. Michael, I like this, Mr. Vincent. I'm sending 20,000 naira to him.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Michael. More grace to you.
I'm not Mr. Michael, Mr. Williams.
Okay, Mr. Williams
in the UK.
Mr. Okay, Williams, okay, thank you very much. More grace to you, sir.
All right, on to the next one. Andrew Ogunjimi is saying, Mr. Vincent, a very polite man like Mr. Matthew Oluku. I like them. All right.
Thank you very much, sir, Mr. What's the name? Mr. Ogujimi.
Mr. Andrew Ogunjimi.
Mr. Andrew Ogujimi, thank you very much.
Many
appreciate. Thanks for your encouragement. Thanks for your support. May God continue to swallow you.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, on to the next one. Namdi Anusi Kunle is a compromised fellow. If Sheyi Tinubu calls him now and gives him dash money, Kunle will sing Bola. You sing for Bola. If he gives you 50K, you sing for Bola Ahmed.
Who is going to bring that 50K? Can you use money to buy me? I'm not somebody they buy with money. That's why I'm still standing on my space. That's why I'm still saying what I'm saying. Integrity matters.
A man of policy.
So a man of policy.
Wow.
So you may set a bait for me, say, oh, with this you have to change. That is why I stand on. Because with my age now, they say a fool at 40 is a fool forever. Now is a fool at 30 or 20s. Because the Gen Z world is what we have now. Is a fool forever at 20. So what you are telling me now, I want the Nigeria to be destabilized, right? And
you want Nigeria to be destabilized?
Destabilized and decentralized.
Can you explain that to us?
Okay, we have been on this route since.
You want us to go regional?
Regional, yeah.
Okay.
Regional. Just take my word. Pardon if that word I use or destabilize, but I'm telling you, this age I've been witnessing this political space right from Shagari time and the Kweme time, and I see there's not going to be any productivity with the political system we're practicing, And they started with the issue of two-thirds. What was the two-thirds issues? There was nothing to two-thirds in our constituency. It was a game plan by the military that came in and encroached, and anybody that still want to stay with this federalism that is not providing anything for us, it's good to stay and still be complaining and still be yabbies. But me, I want to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah.
Wow.
Because when you've seen it in and out, so what else?
All right, Mr. Tanimola Joseph is saying Mr. Vincent is a complete gentleman with a good heart.
Thank you, sir.
And good reasoning. All right, Nathaniel Abukunle, you always go out or point answering any question. Why? Okay, hope you pass. I don't understand what Nathaniel Abu is writing, but can you make it clear for
clear?
All right. All right, who regional help take your evil Islamic Sharia law? No, that's. We Biafrans say goodbye. Bye bye. Okay. That's Love Daniel.
Love Daniel. Love Daniel. Let me answer it. Even when you go to your Biafra, you know the peace that you have then in your place than the Nigerian problem you're having. And it's not by force for anybody. If you want to stay along and still be experiencing. And the problem we are having is youth generally, they don't respect the elder any longer. They believe every elder they see, and they need to be abused, So we need to, and the word of the elder is the word of wisdom.
All right.
And I listen to the word of the Ayoku.
All right, Damian Osas, Nigeria is not for you, Michael. Michael, you need to visit overseas so you can see life. Wow, Damian Osas, okay, no problem. I know. Is that what?
For you.
By God's grace, by God's grace. Okay. Mr. Vincent can be likened to Gentleman Mike. Wow. Compliment, all over in the comment section because of you this morning. Let's talk about Natasha before I let you go. What's next for Natasha now that she cannot grant interviews? Mr. Vincent.
Yes. Thank you very much. If you cannot grant interview, I want to believe that Natasha is being curtailed from her inalienable right to free speech. And it's not good for her polity as a person, but it for the sanctity of the status of the parliamentary that where she belongs, I think I may say good. But now, why must you go dirty in the public space first before now trying to redress yourself? Then that's a question that we should ask ourselves. If they knew that they were going to have a solution to the problem at hand. Why would they go to the police space in the first place? To me, Natasha case is another comic drama being played out by the state actors that knows where they are teaching to. I don't take it seriously. I take state issues seriously more than a personal issue. I think to me, it can always be settled in their personal domain there, or rather in the National Assembly. That is my take.
All right, your take, Mr. Kunle. You still have more people?
Yeah, my take on this Natasha and Akpabio, I think the two of them were cautioned not to just bring everything on the limelight again. This is not what we planned for. Natasha constituency, people that send him there, that is not what they send him there to do.
Send out there.
To send out there to do. What's it called? An Akpabio to. That was not what they sent his constituency sent him down there to do. And I can say wholeheartedly, the judgment they gave against the two of them is highly welcome. And I think that will make them to be serious with life. That will make them to be proactive with anything they want to do. And that will make them to be objective and to be able to concentrate on the real job they were meant to be doing in that hollow chamber, not about sex issues that we want to start hearing. If they want to do that, let them go and make an home video issues that will, bring them to limelight as an actor and as an actress.
Let me just give a rider here. Even though Natasha issue is being brought to the fore, I want to believe with all the stress that pervade our land as a nation, I think Natasha issue is another soap opera that will continue to watch how it unfolds. Thank you very much.
City Stand.